I am Robin Jones, your 2020 president. Thank you for coming. What a couple of months we've all had, certainly challenging times. As a provider of services to the essential service of real estate, BDAR is also an essential service, and we have been and will be by your side. Fortunately, through progressive and innovative efforts under the leadership of CEO Julia Price-Grigg, BDAR was able to almost seamlessly move staff into remote operation. As you probably know, this would be no easy task if it hadn't already been set up, and BDAR was further ahead of this than many smaller boards, thanks in part to the tech-savvy staff. The effects of COVID-19 pandemic are shaping the way we do things, but notably, it has illustrated how we are stronger when we work together. There has never been a better time to be part of a local organization. BDAR knows this and appreciates our members and the strong community we have built together. We are thankful for the easing of restrictions, and though it's not business as usual, we are excited to continue our move at a faster pace. The spring demand is coming on strong, and COVID-19 showing protocols put in place by BDAR Realtors has obviously created confidence and the feeling of safety with buyers and sellers. Showing appointment reports provided last week showing activity is approximately 4.5 times the rate it was at the low of the second week of April. We estimate we were able to slow the market down to about 15% in mid-April, and in the past week indicates we're operating at about 70% based on last year's activity about the same time. Together with you, we are positive about the market, but our efforts are on the pulse of the market and of your needs and as the world changes day by day. How has BDAR handled the crisis? BDAR stepped up, like you, and have made adjustments and innovations to ensure you, our members, are confident, competent, and equipped with knowledge, tools, and technologies to keep working during this time of uncertainty. BDAR adapted quickly with no disruption. Staff began working remotely immediately to deliver services and value with a full business continuity as the hub for realtor care and member support. With continued consultation between management team on the daily evolutions of the crisis and the deeming of real estate as an essential service, it became apparent to us that we need to continue to deliver all the essential components of our services to the BDAR membership. This was especially so as the rollout of Matrix 360 was not only pending, it was advancing. Like you, the association has been put through its own stress test, and we are confident we have handled it effectively. While we wish we were able to support our members financially, our business model of flow-through of service costs and services fully using administrative costs or a net zero annual revenue stream have not made this possible. However, we have offered members in need the opportunity of suspending their membership with no cost to come back and a new monthly payment plan, which we hadn't had before previously. Our goal was to support members to achieve their goals, and it was clear that this included continued engagement to keep our member realtors in the game, to keep them confident and competent in this stressful time. We moved into the digital environment and the digital economy quickly. We have brought in industry professionals, and BDAR has hosted over 70 webinars with more scheduled and more in the planning stages. We have liaised with other supporting industries by providing links to their webinars, and of course provided up-to-date COVID information on our resource page with daily communications and industry updates to help make sense of the daily avalanche of information. We have informed members without overwhelming them. BDAR has provided market updates and has redesigned the presentations so they're most relevant and thus most useful. We realized early that on a monthly basis, statistics were not going to do, and we switched to weekly reports. We also realized that the enhanced use of media during this time meant there was significant misuse of information, and we made most of these reports internal and not press released, so our members could accurately deliver the information directly to their clients in a more personal context. This included member delivery of daily market snapshots, virtual open house guide on how to conduct and market a virtual open house, week by week analysis, additional market information as it became available. This method of reporting is likely to remain in place. The challenges of COVID-19 reinforce the pace and scale of the BDAR workplace and innovation. The BDAR leadership team and staff has risen not only to meet the challenge, but to come out with new ideas and innovations that will enhance our organization and benefit the members. We have and will continue to adapt. The continued professional delivery of key services, critical business functions, ongoing technical support, communications, and professional development provided by BDAR and reinforces that BDAR is your best realtor life. We are the market leader for realtor support and member care. We are the market leader in innovation and the hub for resources and training. I need a drink. Today, we will show you how BDAR continues to be on your side, reemerging ready to help you build your realtor life. Now, I'd like to take a moment to outline the way today's member town hall will work. All participants are on mute. Presentations will be completed, and if you have questions, you can type them in the Q&A box, and they will be addressed at the end during an open forum. If we don't get to your question, or you think of something else after the session, or at any time, please send them to your BDAR team at info@bdar.ca. This session will be recorded and available at our resource hub at mybdar.ca. Today's agenda. Topics we will cover include an update on the impacts of COVID-19, BDAR's operation and facility reopening schedule, market activity and recovery, our role in the community, Matrix 360 and its new system ITSO, membership renewal and enrollment, including costs, and then the open forum. Joining me today will be 2020 President-elect and Professional Standards and Development Committee Chair, Chantal Traversy. Safe to say, we will be all doing things differently, rethinking, reevaluating as we continue to build. BDAR is adapting to changes that COVID-19 has brought and continues to keep the health of members, staff, and the community as its #1 priority. We want you to know that BDAR is a safe place to find support when you are looking for, provide you and your agents are both safe in your role as real estate professionals and when doing business with the association. Your BDAR team is now back working on site again, and BDAR is reopening with precautions and public health measures in place in a responsible phased-in approach. Currently, and through the state of emergency in place until June 9th, hopefully, members can attend on an appointment basis or curbside pickup for supplies. With our reopening, changes you will see at BDAR to uphold physical distancing are similar to those that most of you are undertaking, and they include free masks for members when they are at the facility. Staff will be wearing masks and maintaining physical distancing, hand sanitizer stations throughout the facility, controlled access and traffic flow within the facility, plexiglass protection, contactless transactions, curbside pickup for electronic lockboxes and realtor shop items, virtual training, and specific hours will be set aside for members who may be vulnerable or have vulnerable family members, and vital resources and tools. Some new services being added include COVID-safe showing kits for members looking to show properties and abide by new protocols, Webinar Hub podcast studio for members to use. This is a smart adaptive use of our facility and audiovisual services in place while we have limited access to the facility. Weekly Zoom meetings are being considered where members can meet to discuss their listings, and new virtual showing signage. All of the above is contingent on monitoring and adhering to the latest updates and recommendations regarding the COVID-19 outbreak from public health authorities in Simcoe County and the province. So, how is the market performing? Well, real estate is a key economic engine, and thus it is subject to great concern, and thus is being played out in the press and on the social media more than ever. Of course, only time will tell, but BDAR remains positive that our market will be well positioned to bounce back. Just note that with every market, there comes challenges and opportunities. And rest assured that BDAR will always be there to support the members so they can make the most informed business decisions to advance their careers. BDAR is working with the City of Barrie, the Greater Simcoe region, and other industry partners and planning departments regarding recovery planning. BDAR continues to work with the local community to assess shelter organizations, local businesses that are impacted by the pandemic. Through an allocated grant from Realtor Care towards local shelter-based charities, BDAR was able to direct donations totaling $7,000 to 3 local charities to assist them in making ends meet at a time when fundraising is difficult. The money will be divided equally between Youth Haven, the Women and Children's Shelter of Barrie, and United Way of Simcoe Muskoka. Also, your efforts in the community as BDAR Realtors do not go unnoticed, especially during these difficult times. Thank you for all that you do. Your board of directors have been busy. During these recent months and ongoing, the board of directors takes stock of the changing situation, and over the past couple of months have concluded the following. We closed out the fiscal 2019 audit with BDO. BDAR's AGM, traditionally held in May, is postponed until September 2020 and will be in a virtual format. We've monitored financing to ensure that we are financially stable position. The association, as a nonprofit organization, operates on a pass-through basis for direct business services. And as previously mentioned, although we are well managed and we are still not in a position to give deferrals or cuts to dues. The board of directors did provide for waiving the reinstatement fees and the grace period to support our members and keep them working. We have been acting in the best interest of our members by negotiating contracts, clawing back on expenses and projects, while also working to bring some added benefits and resources to members. We have held our membership numbers and recognize that this is the time of constant evolution and change. We have introduced new membership payment options as we enter our renewal cycle that has now commenced as of yesterday. More on this coming up. So, if a global pandemic, including lockdown, wasn't enough, we also went parallel with a new MLS system the 1st of April. This exciting development will now give you access to data from 21 associations and over 14,000 plus realtors. And more associations are joining, with Kingston coming on to the database this fall, and at cutover, following boards will also be accessible via Intramatrix, Cornwall and District Real Estate Board, the Ottawa Real Estate Board, Sudbury Real Estate Board, Renfrew County Real Estate Board, and the Rideau St. Lawrence Real Estate Board. I would like to introduce your Professional Standards and Development Chair and 2020 President-elect Chantal Traversy to speak more on this Matrix 360 system and the exciting evolution in organized real estate.
Thank you so much, Robin, for that information so far. So I hope that everybody has had an opportunity so far to go on the new system and check it out. One of the really cool things that's also related, well, I guess it's not really cool, but it is. One of the things that's related to COVID right now is that BDAR was one of the industry leaders in starting to input a way for us to be able to do virtual open houses. So kind of cool to see that we were leading the way with that. There's even more exciting news coming with the virtual open houses later as well. So as Robin mentioned, we started the parallel period between the new Matrix 360, which is a much better, much more improved system, and the regular system on April 1st, 2020. So this has allowed both systems to run side by side. So during this time, what we need to make sure that we are doing is anytime that you're inputting any listings, make sure that you input them in the old system, and then they're automatically updated to the new system roughly every 15 minutes. So the information is transferring over there. If you're doing searches for your clients, if you're looking for properties, go and play around in Matrix 360 and set some searches up that way for them. So during the parallel period, there was a conversion checklist that went out to everybody. It popped up on the message of the day. I'll get through as well, or I'll mention also in a little bit where it is that you guys can find all this info. But go through, make sure your contacts are all transferred over. If you need help exporting them, contact BDAR staff. You can reach out to your brokerage as well for some help on that. But make sure all their contact information is up to date. Double check your listings that are there. Make sure that they're mapped out properly. We really want to make sure that all the data is as full and complete as possible. So BDAR is definitely leading the way with resources and Training Hub. And we have so many. We have such an extensive list of resources that is exclusive to us as BDAR members. So this is a centralized source. It has all your technology, your MLS tools, and this is found in My BDAR. If you've never been on there, please do yourself a favor and go ahead and check it out. Access for this is you can get it through whenever you log into Matrix, it'll pop up on the dashboard. You can click on My BDAR there. Messages of the day, there's various links there. If you see any information on COVID, you can see it in the background there with the My Matrix 360. You can click on that one and it'll all take you to it. Go in, play around in there, go and explore. So some of the stuff that you'll find in there are training resources. There's so much content in there for you. And the one thing that's really great is the staff here, they've gone through and they've done an amazing job at creating little short 1 minute, 2 minute videos on whatever information it is that you need. So there is training on some of the videos that are there are how to create customized searches, understanding search results, access to market stats, how to add your branding information to the new system, how to create a CMA, how to access Authentisign, and how to run different searches in Matrix at once. So if you guys have other ideas or if you want some help with some of this stuff, reach out, let us know what it is that you're looking for more information on, and then I'm sure the staff here, they'll accommodate and they'll get some videos out for that. So some of the stuff that we are working on and that your association's working on to get even more training out there for you and quick tips are how to broker load a new listing, how to edit an existing listings information, how to upload photos, how to manage any supplements that you're adding onto your listings, how to correct your mapping information if the pin's dropped in the wrong spot. Ooh, perfect. I just got news. We're going to do a sample video with this as well, so that's even better.
Let me show you how to customize your home page in Matrix 360. When you log in, you will notice that each box of information is a widget you can move, hide, or delete. First, I will show you how to move the widgets. Choose the box you would like to move, click on the title banner, and then drag it into any position on your screen. You can also hide a widget using the up arrow, show it again using the down arrow, and delete a widget by clicking the X. You will notice that the arrow and X is found when you hover over the box. Remove any widgets you don't need for a cleaner look. They are easy to find again in the widget called Additional, which can't be removed. Click the down arrow to open the additional box, and you will see a list that contains all the widget titles you removed from your screen. To bring back a widget you deleted, select the title you want to see and drag it into place on your home screen. Now you can see the hot sheet and the search widget again. Please note that your changes on the Matrix 360 homepage will be saved automatically for your convenience.
Okay, so that was a short little, I think that was about 1:45. So it was showing, I know, thanks Shannon for mentioning, for letting us know that the sound wasn't the best on that. The whole reason we did that was on purpose so that you guys can go on and check it out yourself. But honestly, there's so many resources in there. So that was how to customize your homepage and just change your widgets around in that. In all honesty, whenever I first went on to Matrix 360, I was sitting there looking at it going, holy crap, I set all this stuff up way back whenever I first became licensed, and I've just never played around with it. So it's a quick little refresher, a minute and 45 seconds on how to do it. So go in there, check it out. If you guys have questions, if you need help, board staff is always here to help you out with that as well. So the BDAR team recognizes that as members that you're the users of the system, and that all the content for these videos and all these help videos are based on what it is that we need, and I'm speaking as a realtor as well, on what it is that we need and any feedback that we can provide. So keep all those requests coming in, and we'll make sure that the content is created for you guys. So another thing is, if you prefer to have print reference, you can print off PDF guides that are there as well. You can have that information on the go. I know if you're training other agents or if you're doing stuff like that, it's a great tool for that. So there's printable PDF guides that you can click on that includes system navigation, understanding searches, custom map searches, how to access and use new tools like Authentisign, how to customize your branding, how to set up your team and personal assistants, how to access market stats. That is a huge tool right now. That is a great resource for us, especially with chatting with our clients. How to customize your homepage and your search results, and so many more. So the checklist that I had mentioned previously, you can go on and you can find that in my BDAR as well. This will help you go through everything it is that you need to do to make sure that you're up and running whenever that cutover date does happen. Another great tool that's available for you in my BDAR is, Robin mentioned we've had over 70 webinars that BDAR's offered for you guys. So during this time, we're at home, we've got tons of time to do additional training, to brush up on some skills, to learn new skills. So go on, all the webinars have been recorded, and also all the events that have taken place at BDAR, there's videos in there as well. So go back, if you had some favorites, go back, revisit them, go work on some of your social branding, whatever it is that you guys wanna look up and brush up on. So all the access for this, again, just so that you guys remember where it is, you can access it through your dashboard. You can access it from the message of the day, because there'll be a whole bunch of different links in there as well. So go on, check it out, and let us know what you think about that. The other thing, if all else fails and you're having some troubles, contact the board, they're here to help. So all these tools and resources are what make a BDAR realtor well-equipped. So we've got a huge advantage in the industry, and there's a special campaign that we're launching. It's very, very, very exciting. So it's 10 characteristics of a BDAR realtor. So what the board is going to be doing is they're going to be posting weekly characteristics. So you're going to have to go ahead and check them out and see what they are. They'll be posted on our Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. If you guys aren't following BDAR, make sure that you follow BDAR on social. The pages are amazing. There's great information that you can put out. One of the things that I absolutely love are the daily stats that go out, and I add them onto my Instagram story. And I've had quite a few people that have reached out asking for more information and wanting to know about their specific neighborhood. So these are all tools that are available to you guys. Embrace them, use them. And the other thing is, whenever you start seeing all these 10 characteristics with every week a new one's going to be posted, we want to know what you guys think. Be sure to share your stories with us. Tag BDAR in any of your posts that you're doing so that we can showcase you guys as well and share what it is that you guys are doing. So it's sort of a champion mindset, I'd say, is what it is. And BDAR's got your back, and we want to see what it is that you guys are doing out there. So a couple other features that we have, still chatting about Matrix 360 here, is with the launch of Parallel, there's so many other services and value-added features that are going to be provided to us as member benefits. So just to name a few of those that have already been brought on board, we've got AuthentiSign and Instanet. So electronic signatures is going to be a member benefit with AuthentiSign. We've got showing time front desk and offer registration. I know it's so much easier whenever you're booking all your showings just to go on and click showing time, schedule your showing, and then even as an agent to manage them that way, it's so much easier and saves a lot of time. We've got INRIX drive time, which is a feature to calculate the driving time between different points. So if you're looking at showings, if somebody has a specific area where they want to move to and they want to be a specific distance, that's going to be a tool that's available. We've got local logic, which is really cool. So if you guys go on realtor.ca and you see the walk score for a property, it gives you some information there on, say, how close it is for transit, the schools, any shopping and that sort of stuff. What this is going to do is it's a fully enhanced and elevated version of this, where it's going to be if your client's looking for a quieter neighborhood, or if they like the urban lifestyle and they want to be close to restaurants, or if they want to be in a neighborhood that's mostly populated by families with younger kids, schools, all that sort of stuff, you'll be able to do that as well and search through that way. Cloud CMA, we've had a couple webinars presented on that for us already, so you can go back and check those in my BDAR. And then there's improvements that are being done to the Fin Tracker. Great tool, great resource. I know our FinTrack's compliance officer absolutely loves it. And it's so much easier to get your work done and make sure that you're covered. Another big tool that we have as a member benefit is the land registry search. This is in partnership with TerraNet, so that's GeoWarehouse. And it includes a search map of all across Ontario. It gives you the latest market, the last market sale, date price, and it's for properties that are listed on MLS and that aren't listed on MLS. And the best news is there's a whole bunch more that are going to be coming as well. So again, if you have questions, if you have comments or anything about any of these member benefits that are available, be sure to reach out to, you can email the BDAR team for that. So I'm sure that you guys are all wondering, especially given what's going on right now, we're all looking at how we can save some costs. So timing is everything. As we're all working together, we're pivoting, we're adjusting our business models. We're looking at new opportunities that we might have and different ways that we can manage our costs and make sound business decisions. So some of the added services, the standardized rules, different forms, different business environments that are going to be coming with all these new data that's going to be available to us. There's a huge opportunity for us to make some business decisions here. So one of the items that you guys can use that's a member benefit is the Prospect CRM. If you're paying for a CRM right now, this is a great way. Prospects is free to us. Their CRM is comprehensive, and they always say the best CRM is the one that you're going to use. There's a whole bunch of help videos, different tutorials, webinars that you guys can go through to familiarize yourself with it and see if this is an option that might work for you. So go on, explore it, because in all honesty, some CRMs run at like $300 a month. So that's a huge cost saving benefit. We also have the SentryLock electronic lock boxes. I know that some of the boards are charging members $8.95 a month to use the app. It's included as a member benefit. The other thing too is BDAR sees the value in having the electronic lock boxes, that added security for our clients. There's so many benefits with them. And we get them as a member benefit. We don't have to pay for the lock boxes. So the technical support, there's no cost there, and there's no charge for the app either. And like I said, not all boards are doing it this way. The biggest and the best news, one of the ones that I'm excited about, is that there is going to be no more need for interboarding with participating boards that are in the ITSO group. So those are the 21 boards. The map was up there that whenever Robin had mentioned that. So another thing with that also means that we aren't going to have, there's no need for multiple memberships to various boards. I know personally we're members of various boards that are neighboring. we're going to have access to all that data. So we get to make a decision that works for us, and that's going to be the best choice for our business. So there's a lot, whenever you are evaluating your business decision, take a look at all the different expenses that you have each month and see where some of the member benefits that you have through BDAR, where you can sort of cut some of the costs there. So no discussion is a discussion without addressing how all of this new data share is going to work with TREB. So Connect is currently decommissioned with BDAR. That was the universal agreement that we had with TREB. But BDAR, being of the mindset that we're in, we're working collaboratively with TREB to try and create a new and improved solution for data and a subscriber access. BDAR is the leader for real estate for Barrie and beyond. We're showing significant growth in Simcoe County, in York Region, and in Dufferin. It's super important to be part of a local association. We have our finger on the pulse with what's going on within the local community at a government standpoint, with the municipal rules, bylaws, all that sort of stuff. And BDAR is a huge supporter of the local community as well. If you guys have had an opportunity to come through the Realtor Shop, we've got some amazing local artisans items that are in there. So BDAR is the market leader with resources and training, and the training hub for you. BDAR is the expert to help you and encourage you and help you avoid the strain and the stress of the fast-paced and highly competitive market of real estate. At the end of the day, BDAR is always here for you. BDAR has experts on hand to assist you to troubleshoot system needs or to navigate a business where we have so many other regulations and expectations. So if you guys have questions or anything regarding Matrix 360, I'll touch on a little bit of the jurisdictional changes shortly as well. You can contact the board office, contact any of the staff here, and have a conversation with them. So as Robin mentioned, we're working on bringing even more data. So once the initial cutover happens, when we're no longer running in parallel, Kingston's going to be coming on board. So that's going to be around the fall for this. And then we're also going to have access to other data with Intramatrix. So we'll have access to Cornwall and District Real Estate Board, the Ottawa Real Estate Board, Sudbury Real Estate Board, Renfrew County Real Estate Board, and the Rideau St. Lawrence Real Estate Board. The one thing I thought of right away as soon as I saw this is that this is great for any clients that whenever you're trying to build your referral network, if you're trying to connect with other agents, if you want to see who has the market share out there, who's sold more homes in a specific area, and you're trying to figure out who would be the best agent to refer your clients to, this is a great tool for that. And you can even set them up on searches so that they can start looking through. So it's amazing to finally have access to almost province-wide data. Super, super excited for this. And again, this means that we will no longer have a need for interboards. I repeat, no need for interboards, which is fantastic news. The new business environment means that there's also going to be a standard framework for rules, professional standards, and arbitration. So during these times as we reemerge from COVID, all of us are starting to reevaluate our priorities, and we're really thinking about how we're doing our business. So through the lens of the new system, shifting markets, standardized governance, there are more options and choices for you in the area of organized real estate. So this elevates our ability and opportunity to leverage and make some cost-saving business decisions and turn the old way of thinking completely upside down. Status quo is no longer acceptable. So one of the big things with this restructuring that's taking place is that we currently operate in a model where we have multiple logins. If you're a member of multiple boards, you have multiple logins that you're dealing with. There's duplications of services, there's duplications of suppliers. I know that there's always room for error because you're having to go into multiple systems and update your statuses on your listings. Your admins are having to log in and update information on multiple listings. For booking showings, you're going through multiple systems. So it's just there's a lot more room for error in this case. With the rollout of the regional system, there's addressed to impose jurisdictional areas, multiple board memberships, multiple IDs, cost savings, overlapping markets, and overlapping access to resources. When we're licensed in the province of Ontario, we should be able to have the option to belong to whatever board it is that we want to belong to and where it is that we want to conduct our business. And not have to be forced to do it by relying on, with some of the boards that are relying on old, outdated bylaws that were from like way back in the 80s. So we acknowledge that the consideration of jurisdictional boundaries is a complex issue. However, jurisdictions and cost savings are a huge factor in the business decisions whenever we're determining where we want to belong. Aren't you tired of the same old association setup? We are too. Don't you want an association that is generous and not entitled? We do as well. This is one of the reasons why BDAR was rebranded. We started down a new path that was based around innovation, member care, and being leaders in realtor support. As we mentioned, status quo is not acceptable and it's completely unnecessary. BDAR offers so much and continues to push the boundaries for you to be connected, confident, effective, smart. The daily grind is not easy, and BDAR is definitely a leader in realtor support and member care. With all the information, the data, the tools, and the relationships that we all need to start and close our business. One of the big things that's super important and that BDAR prides itself on is the culture in here. It's flexible. BDAR works with us and they are on our side. As a member of BDAR and as a director, we're here for all of you. Whether it's about multiple board memberships, the cost of onboarding, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, duplication with different cultures, duplication and then different cultures, and the rules that can be very costly, frustrating, and confusing. We can all welcome changes in allowing us to have choices in options in organized real estate. You do have a choice. It's highly recommended that you speak with your brokerage about your options if you want to look at cost savings and letting go of one of the multiple board memberships that you may belong to. We can all advance the much needed discussions about how to best run our business across overlapping markets and systems. The new MLS system provides for fewer service areas. It is your decision where you want to belong, and each of you must do what feels right for you. You do have options, and we do believe, of course, that we want to be where you receive your service and support, and where your services are, and that your services are delivered and utilized with us over at BDAR. BDAR offers so much and really does work for us. BDAR really is a leader in real estate in Simcoe County and beyond. So why BDAR? You've heard a lot about services, about the areas of service in the MLS, the data, but there's more support, care, and encouragement provided by BDAR so that we can all be energized, self-assured, and delivering the absolute best service to our clients. You've also heard about how there have been changes through the impacts of COVID-19, but this is also evolving in a way that we're delivering our services. So what are we doing? BDAR continue to communicate on an ongoing basis. This includes weekly statistics and any industry updates. So one of the things that I can say is that I know behind the scenes, the staff is working super hard to make sure that they have their finger on the pulse Robin and I participated the other night in a call. It was a roundtable discussion. I think there was 11 of us on the call, and we were with the MP, the Minister of Finance, and then Premier Ford jumped on as well. So the information that we're getting and the people that we're reaching out to, they're industry leaders as well. And all that information is being passed along to you guys as well. So all the committees continue to work. The Professional Standards Committee, we also have a Housing Affordability Task Force and the finance meetings that are all taking place remotely. I just wanted to touch on electronic lock boxes. So we are encouraging everybody to use them. There's been a huge uptake in the use of them. You guys can see the numbers. I've got a little thing blocking here. So 85% of all the members are using them. And 85 to 90% of all the electronic lock boxes have all been distributed. So it's great to know that you guys are out there using them. Most of the members are using the apps on their devices. There's still some of the one-day codes that are going out. We understand that it's always a challenge with some of the out-of-board members and trying to walk them through and explain it. This is a great opportunity for you to pick up the phone and sort of connect with any agent that might be showing your property. Have that conversation with them, explain to them how to download the app and how it'll save them so much time later on. Because the whole reason for having the electronic lock boxes is it's security for our clients. You get a notice as soon as somebody opens it, and there's an end showing feature on it now, which thank goodness that has been enabled. And you don't get that 90-minute reminder saying, oh, nobody's been here for 90 minutes. So we would love to see the number of one-day codes go down. And it's just by talking to people and sharing with them how it is that they can download it, that this number that we'll start seeing it go down. The other thing is with one-day codes, I don't know if you guys all know this. We did have the training from Sentry Key on the lock boxes. You guys can go back and watch that video, but you don't get a notice whenever a one-day code is being used. So it kind of defeats the purpose of the lockbox. So we're working on creating more resources and best practices for them. So one of the big things that, as the chair for Professional Standards Committee, we're always trying to think of different ways to get the messaging out and to give you guys some ways to explain to your clients or ways that you guys can utilize them. So what I usually tell my clients is this is a great feature that we have because I get a notification as soon as the box is open. I can set times on the box for you if there's specific times that you don't want showings to occur. Say somebody's a shift worker, or if, especially right now working at home, if they do absolutely need the in-person showing, there's different settings that you can put on the lockbox. But it's that ease of use, knowing that their house is going to be, it's secure. They can't give out the one-day code, or they can't give out the code, sorry, to another agent or to their clients. We know that that happens quite a bit whenever they come up. So it's that whole piece of security there. There's a PDF doc, actually, if you guys print it out, and you can pass it along to your clients too, or you can include it. So lock boxes, if you guys are needing some, you can collect them directly from the board office. They're available for curbside pickup if you would like, and we've got all the physical distancing measures in place. There's a wall of sanitizer as soon as you walk in. So it's set up really, it's great in here. It's nice and safe. So a couple other things, and again, lock boxes, there's no charge to use them, and it's a full member benefit. So the Professional Development Committee has also been developing our new member orientation. I don't know if any of you remember going through it previously, but we want to make it more interactive and more engaging. It is something that's mandatory by our federal organization, but we want to make sure that it's current and that it's information that's actually useful for your business as you're starting out as a new agent. So in the interest of time, I'll pick out a couple of the main items that have been added to the new member orientation. So we've got webinars, there's different additions to the Realtor Shop, and we've got a property tour update. So one of the things that's been great about COVID happening is it's given us a chance to go back and brush up on some training. So we've got a whole bunch of great webinars that are coming up. There's a massive list that went out to you guys a couple days ago on the message of the day. Sign up for them. They're great sources of information. I know every time that I watch one, there's at least a couple nuggets that I'll pick up and that I can implement in my business. The other thing is that we've gone completely digital. We are in the process of also creating an exclusive online BDAR course. And then all of our webinars obviously are online as well for us to access. The Realtor Shop, this is really exciting. So to ensure that all of the realtors and that we're continuing to follow the precautions that have been put in place, there's safe showing bundles that have been put together by the staff. So masks, gloves, sanitizer, everything's available here. You can come by and pick it up and purchase it from the Realtor Shop. There's also new riders that have been created. The staff has been extremely diligent and forward thinking with everything. So there's new virtual open house riders that have been put up. They're cute. And then you can also access the Realtor Shop online if you want through my BDAR. So check that out. And then they can be shipped right to your front door. So speaking of virtual, and again, just to touch on how innovative BDAR can be, Lindsay Percy will be hosting member property tours. So instead of whenever we were doing property tours and going out and looking at the listings that other agents have to offer, this is all going to be done virtually now. So it's great to have that. Thank you so much for organizing that. So what's the idea with this is that each week members will be able to sign up to show one of their properties, and then other members will be able to tune in for a 30-minute session. So there's more information that's going to be coming out with the rollout of that, and that's going to be over the next couple weeks. So we invite you to participate in that. And then we have an amazing facility here, and we want to capitalize on the space that we have here and the state-of-the-art equipment. So the BDAR team is working on finalizing an on-site webinar studio, which is incredible. Because what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to come in, record all your stuff. The staff will be able to help you out with setting it up, running it, whatever it is that you need for post-production. And you will have the equipment that's here is absolutely great. So state of the art, it's another tool that you guys will be able to use. Now let's move on and chat a little bit about membership and our dues. So everybody would have got, as Robin mentioned, everybody would have got the message, an email this week saying that it's time for the renewal. So we've done a couple things in consideration of the impacts that COVID has on everyone's business right now. So we are going to be moving to an annual or a monthly plan, payment plan. So for the annual, if you pay your dues in full, you'll save up to 5% off your annual dues, which is great. And then if you are doing a monthly payment, there's a little bit of clarification that we're going to give you here. So the big thing is there's absolutely no increase in your dues from last year. We are keeping everything the same. Suppliers, their prices have gone up, but we want to make sure, and BDAR's understanding that it might be a little bit more of a difficult time for some people. We want to keep the dues at the same price. So if you are opting to choose to pay monthly, it's going to be a pre-authorized monthly payment plan. So your Netflix account, your Amazon Prime account, whatever it is that you guys have, it's going to be the same sort of idea. So the very first month, you'll notice the wording in the email. It said that your first month is $190, I think it's $198 or $197. There it is right there. Thank you. So your first invoice, if you're going monthly, is $198. The reason why we did that is so that the remaining invoices that you have will be under $100. There's just that first one that has that one-time admin fee, and that's because there's a lot more work that goes in with the staff processing a monthly fee as opposed to just doing a one-time annual payment. If you guys have questions about this, let us know and we can answer them whenever Robin comes back on in the open forum. If you are paying monthly, your first payment would be now, and then your next payment wouldn't be due. So we have until July 15th to make our first payment if you're paying monthly, and then your next payment wouldn't be due until August 15th. So you get a little bit of a break there if you make your payments now. So at the end of the day, it's all about flexibility. BDAR is trying to make this as manageable, and they're trying to help out as much as possible with budgeting. Again, we're understanding with everything that's going on. Everybody's in different circumstances and situations. So really at the end of the day, whenever you break it down for the monthly fee at $100, we get so much service. I'd say whenever we are looking at the actual total value of service that we get, like we get about 150% of the value of what it is that we pay every month. So it's really nice to have that. And at the end of the day, if you are in a situation where you have questions or you've got some extenuating circumstances or something like that, call the board office and chat with them and figure out what can be done for you. Again, it's all about flexibility and working around because they want to see everybody be successful. So I think that's it for me, and I would like to welcome Robin back for the open forum. Thanks.
Thank you, Chantel. Well, that was a lot to digest, and I think you need a drink of water now as well. That's a lot of information. Chantel's awesome. We think of ourselves here as a team. There's the president-elect role is almost a universal switch here. Chantel is really a great asset to the team, and we support each other as well as past President Tanya Tanosi. So the old system where you need to be a member of multiple boards, having to adhere to multiple rules, and having multiple logins is no longer necessary. The former status quo will not return. This is the time of opportunity and considerable savings. This will be a saving of time, energy, and financial resources. You'll no longer be paying multiple times for the same access to systems such as GeoWarehouse, CentralLock, Web Forms transaction kits, etc. You no longer have to set up multiple client lists, auto email accounts, etc. There is no need to interboard. If you are a member of BDAR, only BDAR bylaws will apply to you. But all this choice is a choice you will have. If you belong to other boards, you will also have to adhere to their rules and bylaws, which may have jurisdictional limitations. BDAR does not enforce jurisdictional boundaries. You are licensed to work anywhere in Ontario, and we fully respect that and strive to provide you with as much data access throughout the province. You have the right to advertise where you work within the province, unless a board to which you belong limits that right. We do not limit that right. BDAR is doing what we can to help you make this decision. Member billing, which will go out, well, it's just gone out, to pay 12 annual payments in advance, receiving a 5% discount if you pay all up front. That's $1,202 for the year. Monthly billing annual dues is $1,265, with the first payment due July 15th, 2020 of $198, and then the remaining 11 months at $97 per month, first due August 15th, 2020. $97 per month for the services to be successful as a real estate professional, and the portfolio and the delivery of the BDAR services, as you know, are quite extensive. So as I said in the opening, the one objective for today's meetings was to show you how BDAR continues to be on your side, reemerging ready to help you build your realtor life. Wherever you land, rest assured that BDAR is on your side as the market leader for realtor support and member care. We look forward to working with you. Okay, we're now going to open up the forum to deal with the Q&A, and hopefully we can set that up and Julia can deal with some of the questions as they come available.
Is it going to be this easy?
Just bear with us for a second. I will say that, you know, looking at the CMHC publication the last couple of weeks, you know, we've been dealing with this press situation where press try to create, you know, panic in the marketplace one way or the other. I know that a lot of the boards have been reporting, you know, property flying off the shelves, which we're seeing now more than ever. We've got a number of new listings last week. I think it was about 147 and about 143 sales. We're dealing with less than a month's inventory. I hear about multiple offers with lots of realtors talking about the same situation, prices over the last sale price. So the more information you spread in your social media, if you've had a great successful account with your clients, especially if you can show a picture that illustrates the safety as a BDAR member that you're working with while showing a listing or working with a buyer, anything you can post like that is a good positive reinforcement.
Hello, Robin. We have a question.
Okay, well, go ahead.
When will the safe showing kits be available?
Okay, what do you know? Are they available? They're available now?
Yeah, from Christy Bond. When will the safe showing kits be available? They'll be available by the end of this week. We're just putting the hand sanitizer in.
Okay. Yeah, as I was mentioning, the more positive energy you can display in your social media, and safety is obviously becoming a key issue with the public in order to get them to feel safe for us to help them sell their houses and move forward. It's all going to make us look as good as we have been looking.
I think there was a question also for the costs.
I can answer that. Well, yeah, so CMHC, the increase on the minimum deposit from 5 to 10%, it's still emerging in terms of what information they're coming out. They're certainly getting a lot of pushback to some of their recent press releases. I went looking for that myself to try to figure out what was going on, and I don't know, what their websites crashed or something. There's been so many people trying to catch on to their information. Do you know anything about that, Chantal?
I've had a couple conversations with different lenders and brokers that are well connected and that usually have these types of conversations. And what was interesting was the timeline. So usually anytime that CMHC is usually fairly optimistic with their predictions and all that sort of stuff. So it was interesting to see this. But the conversation was, if they're going to be doing something, there's going to be a notice period that's going to be given. It's not going to be like a light switch flick whenever it does happen. So again, same with you. It's just trying to find that information and keep having those conversations and try to see. I know we've got a call with one of the lenders set up for this week to try and get some information out to BDAR members. So when there's an update, I'm sure we'll have it for everybody.
I think there's a question about the cost of the safe showing kits. Do we have a price for that yet?
I haven't seen one yet. Is it on the, Julia's muted right now. If it's on the store.
I'm here. Yeah, we were just typing in the answer.
Oh.
They're $25. Starting at $25. It depends on how many masks you want in it and that, so we can customize the order in terms of the number of units that you want. So it starts at 25.
I'll just give another minute here for anyone that's typing.
There doesn't seem to be any more questions.
All right, well, we've had over 80 participants today. We really appreciate you all coming. And thank you, Chantal, for your half hour. I can't imagine having to do that myself. I'm so thankful it was you. And thank you all for coming. And we're here at info@bdar.ca, and the staff still is here to help, and we look forward to working with you. Thanks again for coming.
Great. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.